Welcome to my YouTube channel, my friend. You are not here by accident. You are not watching this because you just happened to click a video or scroll to this moment. You are here because a call has gone forth. The one who formed you in your mother's womb, who wrote the days of your life before one of them came to be, he has summoned you. You may think you have time. You may think the world will go on as it is, that the days ahead will be like the days behind. But no, the clock is already running, the hourglass already emptied of much sand. You are late, the signs are everywhere, the earth shakes, nations rage, darkness calls itself light, and yet even now the voice of the shepherd calls his own by name. You are not here by accident. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every step of your journey has been marked by the hand of the one who formed you. Before the foundations of the world, before the first sunrise ever painted the sky, your name was known. You were woven together with intention, with precision, with a plan that reaches beyond your understanding. There is nothing random about your existence. The family you were born into, the challenges you faced, the victories you experienced, the trials you endured, all of it has been part of a divine tapestry that is still being woven. Even the moments that felt like mistakes or detours, the seasons of pain or silence have been used to shape you, to prepare you, to position you for this very time. The world may tell you that life is the product of chance, that you are simply here because of coincidence or fate, but the truth is higher than that. You are the result of a choice made in eternity, a choice by the Creator to breathe life into you and place you in this moment of history. The odds of you existing exactly as you are, with your unique fingerprints, voice, thoughts, and gifts are beyond calculation. You are a one-of-a-kind creation, deliberately placed where you are for reasons that may not yet be clear to you, but are crystal clear to the one who sent you here. There are people only you can reach, voices only you can hear, battles only you can fight, and victories only you can win. Your presence carries weight in the unseen realm. Heaven recognizes you, and even the forces of darkness are aware of you, because your life touches a part of the plan of God that cannot be replaced. When you walk into a room, the spiritual atmosphere shifts, whether you feel it or not. Your decisions, your faith, your obedience, even your prayers can affect generations. That is how intentional your life is. If you look back at your story, you might see moments where you should have been destroyed, moments when you should have been disqualified, moments when everything in you screamed that you could not go on. Yet here you are. That is not an accident. It is evidence of a hand that has preserved you, a voice that has guided you, even when you didn't know you were being led. There have been whispers in your spirit, nudges in your heart, doors that opened, and others that slammed shut, all pointing you toward a path designed specifically for you. You are not here to drift through days as though they are meaningless. You are here because there is an assignment on your life, an assignment that existed before you ever drew your first breath. You carry something this world needs, something that cannot be replaced if you remain silent or hidden. You have been chosen to stand at this exact intersection of time, and your life is part of a story far greater than yourself. The hour is late. The signs are not subtle. They are written across the headlines, echoed in the unrest of nations, and felt in the unease of the human heart. There is a quickening, a sense that the world is hurtling towards something inevitable. Every generation has faced challenges, but this moment carries a weight, a convergence of events that feels different, urgent, and pressing. It is not just the chaos of politics or the instability of economies, but a spiritual shaking, a shift in the unseen that is beginning to be felt in the natural world. Time is a gift, yet it is also a countdown. Every moment spent is a moment that cannot be reclaimed. While many live as though the world will always continue as it is, history testifies that ages change, empires fall, and doors close. There are moments in time when delay becomes as dangerous as outright rejection, moments when hesitation means missing what was prepared for you. The late hour means the margin for delay has diminished. Opportunities that once could wait for tomorrow now demand an answer today. The lateness is not only about the state of the world, it is about the state of the soul. Every choice made in this moment carries more weight because of the acceleration of events. The choices you make now, the seeds you plant or neglect, will bear fruit in a season that may arrive far quicker than expected. There is no guarantee of unlimited time to set things right, to fulfill the call placed on your life, or to reconcile what has been broken. The late hour presses upon every heart the urgency to live awake, to live intentional, to live prepared. Signs of this lateness are everywhere. What was once considered unthinkable has become normalized. Moral lines that stood for centuries are being erased in a matter of years. Truth is traded for deception, and deception is celebrated as enlightenment. Nations rage against each other, and alliances shift like sand. Creation itself groans under the weight of corruption, storms and upheavals serving as warnings that the clock is moving forward, not backward. The lateness is not meant to drive you into fear, but to awaken you to the reality that this is not the time for casual living. This is not the time to drift or to waste the days in distraction. There is an acceleration in the spiritual realm, and those who are sensitive to the signs can feel the pull, the call to be ready. It is the same urgency a traveler feels when they hear the final boarding call, the same awareness a watchman feels when the last moments of night give way to the dawn. In this late hour, the choice is not simply between good and bad, it is between what matters eternally and what is passing away. The lateness of the time demands that every step, every word, and every decision be aligned with the purpose for which you were placed here. You are chosen for this generation. Out of all the centuries in which you could have been born, out of every age that has passed through history, you were appointed to live now. This is not a coincidence, nor is it a random twist of fate. There is a reason your life intersects with this exact moment in time. The one who set the boundaries of the seas and counted the stars in the sky also decided the boundaries of your life and the generation into which you would be placed. You are not a spectator in the story of this age. You are part of its purpose. To be chosen for this generation means that you carry something specifically needed in this hour. It means the gifts, the strengths, the insights, and even the wounds you bear are not without value in the hands of the one who called you. Your voice matters because there are ears in this generation tuned to hear it. Your presence matters because there are lives that will be touched only through your path. What you have been given, whether in talent, influence, compassion, or courage, has been entrusted to you for the benefit of those around you now, not for some distant age. Being chosen is not about status, it is about responsibility. When light is placed in the darkness, it is placed there for a reason. The greater the darkness, the greater the need for those who carry light to shine. You were not chosen so you could hide, shrink back, or blend in. You were chosen so that you could stand in the gap, speak truth when silence prevails, and bring hope when despair seeks to consume hearts. Every generation faces its own trials, but this one faces a unique blend of deception, distraction, and division. It is a generation inundated with information yet starving for truth. It is a generation connected by technology yet isolated in spirit. Into this environment, you have been placed as a living testimony of something higher, something eternal, something unshakable. The way you live, the way you endure, the way you love, can become a signpost pointing others toward the source of hope they cannot find in the noise. The cost of being chosen can be high. It may mean walking paths others will not understand. It may mean standing alone in moments when the easy road would be to compromise. It may mean enduring ridicule or resistance. Yet being chosen also means you are never truly alone, for the one who called you walks with you, empowers you, and goes before you. Your placement in this time is not an accident, but a trust, and trusts are meant to be honored. When you understand that you are chosen for this generation, you begin to see that every encounter, every challenge, and every opportunity is part of a larger assignment. The urgency of the times becomes personal. The call is no longer for someone else to answer. It rests on you, here and now, to live out the purpose for which you were set apart. Readiness cannot wait. Waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion, because the perfect moment never arrives. Life will always present reasons to delay: busyness, uncertainty, fear, lack of resources, or the hope for a more convenient season. But while waiting for ideal conditions, opportunities pass by, doors close, and moments prepared for you slip away. Readiness is not about having every detail in place. It is about having a heart and willing to step forward when called, even in the midst of imperfection. The call placed on your life is not suspended until you feel worthy or fully prepared. Many of the greatest assignments in history were carried out by people who felt underqualified, overwhelmed, and out of their depth. Readiness begins with obedience, not with the absence of weakness. It is in the stepping forward that strength is given, wisdom is provided, and the way becomes clear. Those who wait for all uncertainty to vanish will never begin, because faith is forged in moving forward despite the unknown. Every delay comes at a cost. The things you are meant to do may have a window of time in which they must be done. A word unspoken may be too late tomorrow. An act of kindness withheld may never have the same impact later. The work you are assigned may be connected to other people's destinies, and hesitation can cause a ripple effect far beyond your own life. Readiness is not about waiting to feel brave. It is about acting in spite of fear, because the urgency of the task outweighs personal hesitation. The enemy of readiness is not always opposition, often it is comfort. Comfort whispers that there will always be another chance, another day, another season to start. But the late hour strips away that illusion. The world is shifting quickly, and the conditions that exist now may not be there tomorrow. What can be done today may be impossible later. To be ready is to live with a posture of alertness, as a watchman on the wall who never assumes the danger will announce itself before it arrives. Preparation has its place, but preparation can become procrastination disguised as wisdom. There will never be a point when you have every answer, every resource, or every skill perfected. The readiness that matters most is readiness of heart, willingness to move when the call comes, even if it interrupts your plans or takes you into unfamiliar territory. The greatest movements, breakthroughs, and moments of divine intervention often happen when someone chooses to act in the moment they are called, rather than waiting for a more polished version of themselves. Readiness means living with your shoes on, your lamp lit, and your spirit awake. It is the recognition that every day is a potential turning point, and every step forward can open the way to something far greater than you can see from where you stand. Heaven knows your name. Long before you were seen by the world, you were known in the courts of eternity. Your life is not anonymous to the one who made you. Every detail, every moment, every hidden thought is fully known. You may feel overlooked by people, unnoticed in the noise of the age, or forgotten in the crowd, but there is no such thing as obscurity in heaven. Your existence is recorded with intention. Your steps are numbered, and your tears are counted. Nothing about you escapes the attention of the one who called you into being. The world measures worth by visibility, influence, and applause, but heaven measures worth by obedience, faithfulness, and the posture of the heart. You may never stand on a stage or have your name printed in headlines, but your faithfulness in secret speaks loudly in the unseen realm. A single act of compassion, a quiet prayer in the night, a choice to stand for truth when no one is watching. These are seen, treasured, and remembered. They carry weight that far exceeds anything measured in human terms. Heaven's knowledge of you is not passive awareness. It is personal investment. The one who knows your name also knows your struggles, your strengths, and your calling. You are not a statistic in the kingdom. You are a son, a daughter, a chosen one whose life holds meaning beyond what you can see. The paths you walk are guided by a hand that understands the end from the beginning. Even in seasons where you feel invisible, you are being shaped, refined, and prepared for what lies ahead. This knowledge should bring both comfort and responsibility. Comfort, because you are never truly alone. The one who knows your name also surrounds you with his presence. Responsibility, because that knowledge is tied to purpose. You were not known merely to exist. You were known so you could be sent. You have an assignment, and your name carries the mark of that calling. The forces of darkness are also aware of you. Your name is recognized because of the authority you carry. When you walk in alignment with your calling, this is why resistance comes, why battles rise unexpectedly, because your obedience poses a threat to the enemy's plans. The spiritual realm is not indifferent to your life. Every decision to trust, every act of surrender, every moment of courage shifts the balance in ways you may not fully understand. When heaven knows your name, it means you are accounted for, fought for, and included in a story far greater than yourself. The moments when you feel unseen are often the moments when the deepest work is happening. Work that will one day be revealed for the treasure it is. What matters is not how many know your name here, but that your name is written where it can never be erased. Remembered by the one whose recognition is eternal. Act now before the door closes. Opportunities have a lifespan, and windows of grace do not remain open forever. There is a moment to respond, a moment to move, a moment to say yes, and if that moment passes, it may not return in the same form again. The call on your life is not meant to be postponed indefinitely, because each delay carries the risk of missing what was prepared for you in this season. Just as seasons change in nature, seasons change in life and in the purposes of God. What is available now may not be available later. There is an urgency woven into the fabric of the times. The lateness of the hour means that every step matters more than before. Every choice holds greater weight. The door that is open to you may be the very entryway to the next chapter of your destiny, but it will not stay open without end. History is filled with moments where those who acted in time stepped into their purpose, and those who hesitated watched the moment pass them by. The call is not just to see the door, but to walk through it while it remains open. Acting now does not mean acting recklessly. It means responding decisively. The path may not be fully illuminated, but enough light has been given for you to take the next step. Waiting for a perfect view of the future is often an excuse for inaction. Faith moves forward with what it knows and trusts that the rest will be revealed in the journey. The danger lies not in moving too soon, but in refusing to move when the invitation is clear. The closing of a door can happen gradually or suddenly. Sometimes it is a slow fading of opportunity as distractions, fears, or other commitments take over. Other times it is abrupt with no warning, leaving only the memory of what could have been. This is why readiness and action must work together. You prepare so you can respond without hesitation when the moment comes. A prepared heart does not need to scramble when the call sounds, it simply moves. There are doors in life that lead not only to personal breakthrough, but also to impact on others. Your obedience in this moment could be the very thing that unlocks hope for someone else. It could set in motion a chain of events far beyond your awareness. Conversely, inaction can delay not only your own progress, but also the blessings intended for others through you. Acting now requires courage, but it is a courage rooted in trust. The one who opens the door knows why the timing matters. The same one who calls you to step forward will also equip you to stand once you pass through. The cost of hesitation is far greater than the cost of obedience, because once the door closes, the opportunity it represented will never come again in exactly the same way.